Welcome to 510 Fin.
Hey there.
So this week, we're doing our quick, focused update on the biggest things happening with Microsoft Copilot.
Right. We've taken the news from roughly April 28th through May 2nd, looked at the Copilot blog, used some AI analysis to categorize things.
And basically boiled it down to the top 3 stories you need to know, all in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Exactly. Just a fast way to stay current.
Okay, let's dive right in. First up, it looks like there's a big push towards understanding how AI agents are actually being used and what value they bring.
Yes, that's spot on. They've introduced something called Copilot Analytics. It's a set of reporting features really designed to measure the real-world business impact of AI.
So it's not just about are people using it, but what's it doing for the business?
Precisely. And the first piece of this is some new agent reports, specifically in Viva Insights. There's a Copilot Studio agent report.
Okay, and who's that aimed at?
That one's targeted mainly at business leaders. It helps them see how the custom agents they've built using Copilot Studio are affecting things like productivity and even revenue.
Ah, so connecting the dots.
Exactly.
Right.
It pulls together data from all those different custom agents into a single report. You get insights into usage, user satisfaction, which agents are performing best, success rates, that kind of thing.
That sounds useful. When can leaders expect to see this?
It's hitting public preview in early May, so very soon. General availability is planned for June, and they're planning to add reports for other types of agents down the line, too.
Interesting. And you mentioned connecting it to business metrics. That sounds key.
Yes, and I think this is potentially a game changer for justifying AI investment. Starting in June, organizations can actually upload their own specific business indicators, their KPIs,
Right.
and link them directly to the agent usage data within that Viva Insights report.
Okay, so you could theoretically see, like, if using an HR agent more reduces support calls.
Exactly that kind of thing. The blog post actually used a similar example. They suggested, maybe increased use of an HR support agent correlates with a 20% drop in support tickets,
Wow.
which they estimated could save something like 4,400 employee hours. And in their example, the agent had a 73% resolution rate and a 3.8 out of 5 satisfaction score.
Okay, that makes the value proposition much clearer. So that's the leadership view. What about IT folks managing all this?
Good question. There's a parallel track for them. A new IT admin agent report is coming to the Microsoft 365 Admin Center.
Ah, okay. So this is more about the management side, deployment, security, costs.
Exactly. It gives IT the user-level reporting they need for that. It helps them see which agents are active, whether they're built in-house from partners or from Microsoft itself.
So they can get a handle on the whole agent landscape.
Right. They can filter by overview, look at trends, and importantly, drill down to see how useful users perceive specific agents to be.
Are there more advanced insights coming for IT too?
Yes, apparently so. There's an advanced insights report planned for preview soon. That's going to categorize agents even more granularly, like by license type and who published it, user created, internal dev, or from a store.
No.
It'll also have things like near real-time alerts if someone's using an agent way more than average, high consumption.
Useful for cost management, I bet.
Definitely. And even more detailed insights into interactions at the user level, the agent level, and even looking at specific user-agent pairs. They're really giving IT tools to understand usage patterns deeply.
So the big picture takeaway here seems to be that Microsoft is serious about giving organizations the tools to not just use AI agents, but to actually understand their impact and manage them effectively.
Absolutely. It feels like a move towards maturity, right? Moving past just adoption and focusing on demonstrable value and proper governance.
Okay, clear enough. Let's shift gears to the second major update, PowerPoint, making Copilot presentations more brand-friendly.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. This is about allowing enterprise customers to use their own organization-specific templates with Microsoft 365 Copilot in PowerPoint.
Ah, finally. That's been a common request, hasn't it? Maintaining brand consistency.
Definitely. You want those AI-generated slides to look like your company slides. So now, if your organization has set up an organizational asset library with approved PowerPoint templates,
Which many larger companies do.
right, users can now just select one of those templates, and Copilot will use it as the basis for creating the presentation. Works across Windows, Mac, and the web version.
That's a big deal for consistency. What if a company hasn't set up that central library yet?
Good point. Even then, users aren't left out. They can still choose from a set of pre-made templates that Microsoft has specifically optimized to work well with Copilot, so you still get a polished look.
Okay, so how does it work in practice? Say I want to use my company template.
It seems pretty straightforward. You open PowerPoint, click the Copilot icon, choose Create a Presentation, like usual. Then there's a Presentation Design section. You'll see a button there that says Change Design. If you don't click that, Copilot just uses whatever theme you currently have open or picks one itself.
Got it. So click Change Design.
Right. Then you'll get options. You should see your organization if your company's library is set up, or you can choose Microsoft 365 to see those pre-made ones.
Makes sense.
You just browse, pick the template you want, click Select Design, and then you give Copilot your prompt or upload your file as normal.
Simple enough. When can people start using this?
It's already out for PowerPoint insiders on Windows and Mac, and it's currently rolling out to PowerPoint for the web users, provided they have an enterprise Copilot license.
Okay, and I assume they want feedback.
Oh yeah, they encourage users to use the help feedback option in PowerPoint to let them know how it's working.
So takeaway number 2. Creating professional, on-brand PowerPoint decks with Copilot just got a whole lot easier.
Precisely. It bridges that gap between AI generation and corporate identity.
All right, finally, let's talk developers. Microsoft Build 2025 is looming May 19th to 22nd, and it sounds like AI, especially Copilot, is going to be huge there.
Absolutely. They've put out a lot of information already to help developers get ready, whether they're attending in Seattle or tuning in online. And yeah, the AI and Copilot focus is really prominent.
What are some of the highlights developers should look out for, specifically related to Copilot?
Well, there's a ton, over 75 sessions on .NET alone. But specifically for Copilot, there's a session showing how Microsoft's own developers use GitHub Copilot day to day. Real-world stuff, live demos, practical tips.
Oh, that's always valuable, seeing how the creators use their own tools.
Exactly. There are also sessions on what's next for C#, like C# 14 and beyond, a look at using Python with .NET for AI solutions, and even a deep dive into how GitHub Copilot actually works under the hood.
So catering to different levels of interest there, anything for VS Code users.
Definitely. There's the VS Code live session happening both in person and online, promising interactive demos and sneak peeks. Plus, they've published a blog post outlining things to consider when choosing an AI model for GitHub Copilot, helping devs make informed choices there.
That's practical. Seems like a mix of how-to and what's next.
It does, and they're pointing developers towards the AI Learning Hub on Microsoft, Learn to Build Skills. There's also a video collection showing like the top 12 ways to streamline Azure tasks in VS Code using GitHub Copilot for Azure.
Wow, okay.
And even a video showing VS Code in agent mode, building a whole app, database included.
Yeah.
They're really pushing the practical application side.
Any other developer resources or events tied into Build?
Quite a few, actually. There's an AI Skills Fest challenge focused on extending M365 Copilot and teams with agents. The All Things Azure blog is doing developer-focused content on multi-agent apps and Copilot internals. There's a video series called Sip and Sync with Azure, covering Gen AI and building agents with Azure AI Foundry. Local Season of Agents events are happening. You can get on-demand access to JDConf 2025 recordings, which had Java AI content.
So much content.
Right. And even a demo showing someone building a developer landing page in under 30 minutes using GitHub Copilot Agent Mode and, interestingly, Claude 3.5 Sonnet.
Okay, so the main message for developers is Microsoft Build is the place to be, virtually or physically, if you're working with AI, and especially GitHub Copilot.
Without a doubt. It looks like a massive learning opportunity to get up to speed on the latest tools, techniques, and future directions in AI development.
All right, let's do a super quick recap of this week's Handmints. First, we talked about Copilot Analytics giving new insights into AI agent usage and, crucially, business value.
Right, with those new reports in Viva Insights and the M365 Admin Center.
Second, the PowerPoint update, allowing the use of organizational templates with Copilot for better brand consistency.
Making AI-generated slides feel more integrated.
And third, the huge focus on AI and Copilot for developers at the upcoming Microsoft Build 2025 event.
Lots of sessions and resources there for developers to dig into. As we said, check out the links in the show notes or the blog posts if you want the finer details on any of this.
Definitely do that. And that leaves us with a final thought for you. As AI gets woven deeper and deeper into our work tools, how will this growing ability to measure its impact and tailor its use actually change how we innovate, how we collaborate? How might it unlock things we haven't even thought of yet?
That's the big question, isn't it? Adapting strategically will be key.
Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in to Tone You 5 Minutes.